Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon. It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. We did hear yesterday that Campbell plans on splitting snap at left guard more evenly between Miles Frazier and Tristan Colon, which is a good thing. We also released Ross Dwelley and signed back Arthur Maulet. So Arthur Maulet is back, which means Josh Johnson did not work out for us yesterday with his tryout. Pity, because Josh Johnson used to be a good safety. So we got Arthur Maulet back. Ross Dwelley is gone. Arthur Maulet, because Ross Dwelley was on the active roster, that means that he comes to the active roster. And then we got DeMonte Kazee on the practice squad, who is being worked into the practice this week as well. So we'll find out if he's a call-up this weekend, because I think that also depends if Kirby Joseph is a go. We'll find out after the injury report today. That's basically the Lions news so far. So what do you guys think about that? Arthur Maulet's back. I think he did a great job. I mean, did he have some bad games? Yes. But he did a great job for us while Kirby Joseph was out. So maybe he'll be doing just as good while Brian Branch is out. As a matter of fact, he did. You forget Arthur Maulet, Nick Whiteside, who's back, and at the time, Eric Hallett, all filled in admirably while we waited for Thomas Harper to get to where he was in the lineup. But that was versus the Commanders, which we saw they couldn't score a point versus the Vikings. So it is what it is. They did score 22 against us. It was just a weird game. Because we scored 44. The third time this season that we scored 40-plus points. I think that's a huge deal. Yeah, snow's coming down, but it's warmer. Hallelujah, because I couldn't handle any colder. I'll be going to work at 1 today, so we'll be cutting this show off at 12:30. Let's get our background music going. There we go. I just love this song. I'm sorry, I do. Arthur Maulet's back. Ross Dwelley's gone. It's a great day. There, that's better. Don't want it to drown me out. basically it. Today they report the practice. We'll get the injury reports this afternoon. I'm going to get into Dan's quotes from his presser the other day, because I think they're very important. He talked about Blake Corum and the game he had and how Big Bay's putting the guys in good places right now. He goes, and anytime you lose somebody like CB, it's going to hurt. I mean, he's a productive player. He's an outstanding football player. He's a team guy. He's a great locker room guy. Teammates love him, so you lose all of that. That hurts, and then that's going to hurt you anytime. Now, that being said, Devontae Maddox went in there for him the other day, and we thought he did a hell of a job. He really did. I mean, he played his tail off, which is why he's here, because he's a football guy. These are Dan Campbell's words, not mine. There, that's a little better. We also got him back. Got Daniel Thomas. Eric Hallett has played there before. We're going to see if Kirby Joseph can play and where he's at. We're going to get him some reps here in practice. So we're doing good, man. And then we signed DeMonte Kazee. Let's see where he's at on the practice squad. So we got options. It's like anything, but when you lose a good player, it hurts. But it's not like we're in dire straits. Harper has to pass concussion protocol, though. That's why I think we may see, if he doesn't pass, we may see Kazee thrust into the lineup as a safety, as a rotational player, as a call-up. Talks about how good of a quarterback Stafford has been. He's been accurate, but he does still make mistakes, as we saw versus the Panthers the other week. But when he plays a bad team like Arizona, he torches them. I think we're going to be fine. My article is up. So for those that need to see it, there it is. QR code's right there. So tell me, what's your questions today? I'm going to fade this out. What are your questions today? What's your concern? He just said that we had probably our best complimentary football game versus Dallas, and he'd like to see that continue. Christian Mahogany is back at practice, but he's just in his activation window. He still has to work out with trainers to get ready. But there's a chance he could be back by next week or the week after. All the linebackers have been doing really well, and with the injuries to the secondary, they're going to have to step up even more this week. And I don't feel like that. I don't disagree with that, because defensively, we were awful in the secondary as far as Amik Robertson, DJ Reed, and a couple others. So it is what it is. Let's see. Let's move forward. 1 week at a time. That's been their mantra the entire time. That's why the Legion of Boom stuff actually worked last year, and it semi-worked this year. At the same time, if you look at it, some of those games we lost, he said he's doing just fine, and he'll be at practice this week. He may get a day off, but they had extra days off, but he might be only limited. And he was asked specifically about the Goff, the Matthew Stafford and Lions, the Jared Goff trade was a win-win deal. He goes, Look, I know we're excited. I'm sure they're excited. However you want to look at it, I know on our end we're fortunate to have the guy we have and get to where we're able to get. We got Panay Sewell, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown, and a lot of good players, and we've got Goff. I know it feels like a win for us, and I'm sure they feel like it's a win too because face it, they got their Super Bowl, and they got the best record in the NFC right now at 10-3. What's crazy is if we win this week, and I'm not saying we will or we won't. If we win this week, it helps the Packers because if they beat the Broncos in Denver, they will be the number one seed with the top. I don't think anybody put that into realistic complications there. And that being said, if that happens, there's going to be a big shakeup because there's only one team that's one in that only one. You know, there's both of us, but we got the tiebreaker over them if we end up tied. Because what if the Bears lose? Hey, smoking dad, good to see you, my friend. I love you, Dad. So Josh Jansen didn't work out, but Demonte Kazee passed his physical and will be practicing this week. This is Branch is out for the season, and it sucks. We all know this. We found out on Friday. I mean, it's awful. I hate it. But you knew when he carted off, it was carted off the field. It wasn't good. I mean, we had a sliver of hope because we heard he went home on crutches with a walking boot. But wow, Tommy James gave me a like in there. Thank you, sir. I like being real. This is going to be a tough game. I think if we lose, it's going to be like 34-21. I think if we win, it's going to be us scoring 34 and them getting 24. It's just one of those games where I think if we lose by double digits. If we win, it's by a single score. King SJ chiming in from Canada. How you doing, my brother? Good to see you. But until I see the injury report this afternoon, I'm not saying we can't get it done. I want to see who's resting. I want to see who's injured. I want to see all of that. We all know Branch is going to the IR, and it sucks. Um, Kirby Joseph, if he's practicing, I have a feeling he'll be playing, and I mean not in a limited fashion. If he's a full go, he was limited, then had a day off, then was limited again. So it is what it is. So that's basically the Lions news in a nutshell. We're waiting to see what the practice report is today, who goes where, what to happen. And we still don't know what's going to happen at practice. So until I get the injury report, I can't report on it. I am now getting the pressers sent directly to my email, so I will be able to quote stuff every day. So if you have questions from the presser, I will quote what they say, whether it's players, coaches, whatever you want to hear. That was the presser from yesterday. So that's what I got, and that's what I told them. And then we brought Arthur Maulet back after the presser. So that's a good thing. Ross Dwelley is no longer a part of the team. Thank God, because he was awful. Yes, there he is. It is our buddy Austin Hacker, my co-host of Fantasy Football Talk on Saturday night. That's with SJB and Hacker. He's of Hacked in Sports and also Cooking with Austin. Make sure you follow that channel too. But Arthur Maulet's back. Ross Dwelley is gone. Cologne and Frazier are going to have more of an even split at left guard because both of them did well. I mean, PFF knocked those guys down so hard on the grading for penalties. So that's what you got to look at. You know, I think he played about 20 snaps and had 3 penalties. Megan, how are you? Yes, the hackers are in. It's great. Austin at work, and you're on the computer, evidently, right? Because you're able to use the computer again. Congratulations on getting a charging cord that works. So, man, it's going to be fun. It's time to go over the standings of the division, and there was only one change, and that was at the top. So I'll start at the bottom because I do have to go to work. No work. Oh, so you guys are together. Oh, one on the computer, one on the tablet. Got it. Or the phone. I know how it works. So let's start at the bottom and work our way up as we always do. Even though they got to win, they're 5-8 and still skull fucked in the basement. The Lions got to win. They're 8-5. The Bears fall to 9-4, one game ahead of us. Fuck the Bears. And in first place, it's SJB. Fuck the Pack. Let's go for win number 2. Let's get rid of this win one, lose one shit. It's been nice seeing Garden, No Thumbs Garden Gnome in the chat lately. Glad he's been active. Maybe one day he'll be on the show. Maybe Kitty Ken will actually show up tonight. I hope his father-in-law is doing better. I'm coming out of Flint for the water shit, but the tires are good. because I have to go to Brandon shortly. Amen. Beat Stafford and the Rams. This has been Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. I do have to cut it short because I have to be in at 1 today instead of 2. Ugh. Thank you for watching. And we will have more news tomorrow. And tomorrow will be a longer show because I don't have to go until 2. So have a blessed day. That's also going to be my last noon show of the week. I have an appointment on Friday. Have a blessed day, everybody.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.